ili tuokoe wakati. Hawa viongozi mliwachagua, na hii inaitwa inauguration ceremony. Wengi wanaijua swearing in ceremony. Kila mtu aseme inauguration. Kuapishwa kwa viongozi ambao walichaguliwa na kamati ya Milimani na pia walichaguliwa na wanafunzi wa Milimani. Kuapishwa
Morigi Vini, so ulikuja nishikie hii video dakika 2 nipeleke mtoto shule alafu nirudi.
Nashika tu naanza tu kufinish.
Kisha already hata ina record nothing. Record barara. Ina record nothing.
Lakini ninapowaita hapa wakuje, watakuja wataapa.
Video camera, video man.
Wataapa kwa Kiingereza, hata kama leo ni siku ya kuongea Kiswahili, ndio tuweze kusoma yale mambo ambayo wataapa na kusikiza vizuri vile wataapa, ili uweze kusikia viongozi hawa wenu. Tunapongoja wakuje, asanti mwalimu wa zamu, tutakuwa watulivu. Hata kama utasherekea kiongozi wako, utakuwa watulivu ili tuokoe wakati. Baada ya hapa watakuwa na hafla nyingine ya kwenda uchaguzi wa sub county ya Naivasha. Baada ya hapo wataenda uchaguzi mwingine wa county ya Nakuru. Baada ya hapo wataenda uchaguzi mkuu Nairobi, State House ya Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa uchaguzi wa nchi nzima. Kwa hivyo ni siku ambayo ni muhimu, na Wizara ya Elimu, the Ministry of Education, inangoja majina yao ili tuweze kuwa na viongozi wa shule. Hii ni hafla ambayo ilifanyika kwa Wizara ya Elimu ambayo ni lazima ifanywe, na ndio maana tumechukua fursa hii leo kuifanya. Tunaomba msamaha kwa kukaisha sana kama kitengo ambacho kinahusika na mambo ya uchaguzi shuleni, lakini kwa sababu kwa minajili ya mambo ya coronavirus na holiday ambayo tulienda, ndio maana hatukuwa na hafla hii ya inauguration ceremony kwa sababu ya ambazo hazingeweza kuepukika. Kwa hivyo bila kupoteza wakati mwingi, nitamuita mmoja ambaye ataanza kuapa hapa, naye ni mheshimiwa huyu seneta wa darasa la kwanza, la pili na la tatu, Festus Nyaruri. Festus ndiye huyo, simama hapo ili uweze kuchukua oath of office. Ati simama hapo. Ngoja
na wewe
inua
kazi
hii kwa mkono
songa ima size yangu.
Hafla hii itaenda kwenye runinga, kwa hivyo useme vizuri. Hai, anza.
Unaona wanahabari.
I Festus Nyaruri do solemnly swear after having been elected as the Senator Class 2 and 3, People's Council of Milimani Primary School, that I will faithfully perform my duties to the best of my abilities. I will follow my bylaws of the Milimani Primary School without fear and favor. So help me God.
Makofi kwa Festus.
Unajua hii kitu inaenda kwa Citizen. Hebu nisonge nipite.
Atapigwa picha akipiga sign yake. Huyo ndio kiongozi wenu grade 1 to 3. Anapopiga sign anachukuliwa picha ambayo itaenda kwenye media yetu na media ya nchi. Anayefuata anaitwa Senator 45 Brian Ngure. Brian ndio huyo, na Brian Ngure was born in 21st June 2009 by Mary Wanjiru. He started school at Liza Junior. Before joining Milimani in class 1. Brian aspires to be an engineer. Twende Brian.
I, Ryan Gure, do solemnly swear, after having been elected as the Senator of Class 4 and 5, Pupils Council of Milimani Primary School, that I will faithfully perform my duties to the best of my abilities and know in responsibility of my position. I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the Milimani Primary Pupils Council. I will abide by rules, resolutions, and orders of the school. I will support the vision, mission, and the core values of Milimani Primary School. I will be obedient at all time and impose upon myself this voluntary obligation without fear or favor. So help me God.
Wow, thank you. Sit here and sign. Thank you for speaking very nice English like that. As he signs, we want to call upon Ruth Wamoro, Environment Cabinet Secretary. Ruth Wamoro, as she comes, was born on 1st February 2008 by Esther Mudhoni and Julius Kariuki. She started school at Little Friends Junior before joining Milimani Primary School. Ruth Wamoro aspires to be a psychologist.
I, Ruth Wamoro, do solemnly swear, after having been appointed as the Cabinet Secretary of Environment, Pupils Council of Milimani Primary School, that I will faithfully perform my duties to the best of my abilities and knowledge in responsibility of my position. I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the Milimani Primary School Council. I will abide by the rules, resolutions, and orders of the school. I will support the vision, mission, and the core values of Milimani Primary School. I will be obedient at all times and impose upon myself this voluntary obligation without fear and favor. So help me God.
Good, so help me God. You can sign. As we call upon the Cabinet Secretary, Sports and Culture, Pedro Ngemia. Pedro Ngemia was born on 24th September 2005 by Milka Wangoi. Pedro started school at Good Base Academy before joining Milimani Primary School on 4th January 2017. Pedro aspires to be like Ben Carson, the best neurosurgeon in the world. Pedro.
I, Pedro Ngemia, do solemnly swear, after having been appointed as the Cabinet Secretary of Sports and Culture, Pupils Council of Milimani Primary School, but I will faithfully perform my duties to the best of my abilities and knowledge in responsibility of my position. I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the Milimani Primary Pupils Council. I will abide by rules, resolution, and orders of the school. I will support the vision, and the core values of Milimani Primary School. I will be obedient at all times and impose upon myself this voluntary obligation without fear or favor. So help me God.
Thank you. So help me God. Pedro, come and sign. I had told Pedro to come with a tracksuit because it is a tracksuit day and he is in charge of sports and culture. but he could not have worn a tie with a tracksuit, so that's why he's in uniform today. He's Cabinet Secretary, Sports and Culture. This time we call upon Cabinet Secretary, Children's Welfare, Michelle Wangoi. Michelle, stand there, take the Bible with the right hand. Michelle Wangoi, before you take the Bible, was born on 18th April 2007 by Janet Wanjiku. She started school at Brilliant Angels and later joined St. Peter's Academy before joining Milimani in 2016. Michelle aspires to be a cool musician.
I, Michelle Wangoi, do solemnly swear, after having been appointed as the Cabinet Secretary for Children's Welfare Pupils Council of Milimani Primary School, that I will faithfully perform my duties to the best of my abilities and knowledge in responsibility of my position. I will uphold the Constitution by laws of the Milimani Primary Pupils Council. I will abide by rules, resolution, and orders of the pupils of the school. I will support the vision, mission, and the core values of Milimani Primary School. I will be obedient at all times and impose upon myself this voluntary obligation without fear or favor. So help me God.
To help you God, Michelle, sit here and sign. We are going now to the Cabinet Secretary, Justice, Marianne Nyambura. Marianne, as she comes, was born on 7 January 2008 by Beth Jerry. She started schooling at St. Bakita before joining Milimani in 2018. Marianne also wishes to be a cool musician.
I, Marianne Nyambura, do solemnly swear, after having been appointed as the Cabinet Secretary for Justice, Pupils Council of Milimani Primary School, that I will faithfully perform my duties to the best of my ability and knowledge in respect of my position. I will uphold my constitution and by laws of Milimani Primary Council. I will abide by rule, resolution, and order of the school. I will support the vision, mission of the core values of Milimani Primary School. I'll be obedient at all times and impose upon myself this voluntary obligation without fear or favor. So help me God.
Thank you. Thank you. Come and sign. Marianne. Next will be Cabinet Secretary, ICT, Roslyn Nahwami. Roslyn Nahwami Tembu was born on 27th August 2007 by Dorcas Osengo Abulwa, and Roslyn started school at High Peak Junior Academy. Yeah, she had told me she aspires to be a cardiac surgeon. Do you know who is that? A cardiac surgeon. In our Bible, mkono, alright? And then you swear.
I, Roslyn Nahwami, do solemnly swear, after having appointed as the Cabinet Secretary for ICT, Pupils Council of Milimani Primary School, that I will faithfully perform my duties to the best of my abilities, knowledge, and responsibility of my position. I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of Milimani Primary School Pupils Council. I will abide by rules, resolutions, and in order of the school. I will support the vision, mission, and the core values of Milimani Primary School. I will be obedient at all times, impose upon myself this voluntary obligation without fear or favor. So help me God.
So help you God. Thank you. Roslyn, come and sign here. Roslyn ndiye atakuwa in charge of ICT. Watafanya kazi very closely with Mr. Bluma and that office ili kuweza umeacha othi yako. Ili kuweza kufanya Milimani iende vizuri ki ICT. So grade 1 2 3 laptop zenyu na mambo yenu ya ICT mnaona huyu ndiye in charge of ICT in the school. What is ICT? What is ICT? Yes? Shout. Digital devices. Very good. Choice A. What is ICT? ICT. Yes? Shout. Choice B. Choice B. I don't have an answer yet. What is ICT? Hapo nyuma. Shout. Shout. Information and technology. Eh? Yes. Shout nyinyi wote hao wasikie. Yeah, ICT is in charge of information technology, and it is a very good sector. The next and the last cabinet secretary, not really the last, I first of all have education, Teddy Minor. Teddy Minor is in charge of education in the school. Was born on 1st October 2007 by Moses Muikia and Wangoi Muikia. Teddy started schooling at Precious Junior Academy in 2007 before joining Milimani in Standard 1 2014. Teddy aspires and wants to be a caring doctor in future. Welcome, Teddy. Right hand.
I, Teddy Minor, do solemnly swear, after having been appointed as the Cabinet Secretary for Education, People's Council of Milimani Primary School, that I will faithfully perform my duties to the best of my abilities and knowledge in responsibility of my position. I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the Milimani Primary People's Council. I will abide by rules, resolutions, and orders of the school. I will support the vision, mission, and the core values of Milimani Primary School. I will be obedient at all time and impose upon myself this voluntary obligation without fear or favor. So help me God.
Good, so help you God. Clap for him. And Teddy will be working closely with me and Mr. Gatweku and all the teachers, because he is the one in charge of education. Huyu ndio wa masomo. Huyu ndio cabinet secretary wa education. Kama nani cabinet secretary wa education Kenya? Magoha, kwani ni brother yako? Anaitwa nani? Yeah, Professor George Magoha. The last cabinet secretary, he is not a cabinet secretary, but he is the secretary to cabinet. Yeye ndiye secretary wao wote, wakienda mikutano, yeye ndiye anaandika kile kimeendelea kwa mkutano wa cabinet, naye anaitwa Brian Kariuki, secretary to cabinet. Brian was born on 17th April 2006 by Samuel Kariuki Chotara and started schooling at Little Friends Academy before joining Milimani Primary School in Standard 3 in 2016. Brian aspires to be a cabinet secretary in the government of Kenya. Karibu Brian, right hand.
I, Brian Kariuki, do solemnly swear, after having been appointed as the Secretary to the Cabinet People's Council of Milimani Primary School, that I will faithfully perform my duties to the best of my abilities and knowledge and responsibility of my position. I will uphold the Constitution and by the laws of Milimani Primary People's Council. I will abide by the rules, resolutions, and orders of the school. I will support the vision, mission, and core values of Milimani Primary School. I will be obedient at all time and impose upon myself this voluntary obligation without fear or favor. So help me God.
So help me God. Akona base. Thank you, Brian. He is in charge of all the cabinet secretaries. Tunaendelea, tuko karibu kufika mwisho.
Hawami sasa sijui kama atachukua.
Tunaenda sasa kwa wakubwa.
Kama atachukua.